If you want to learn how to create a flexible score or league table like this one in InDesign, you're in the right place, and that's here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo with me, Tony Harmer, aka the Design Ninja. Okay, in this particular scenario, what we're going to do is we're going to create a league table for the back page of this fictitious sports paper here. And this is what you get. You get this small section down at the bottom here, and every week you have to update it with the local league position. And you could use this for a number of different things, not just sports scores, of course. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to double click into the text frame that I have here. I'm going to drop in a new line and then insert a table. So go up to the table menu and choose Insert Table. And this is going to be a top 10 list. So I'm going to have 10 body rows, and then for the columns, I want their numerical position. I also want a graphic, and then I want their name in that particular position. So we'll have 3 columns just there. I'm going to hit OK, and the table is drawn. Now I want this to go across the whole depth here. So I'm going to hover over the bottom, and I'm just going to drag downwards, holding Shift like so, okay, to distribute those rows. Great stuff. Now that's done, I can go ahead and realign these things. So again, I'm going to hold down Shift and bring this first divider over. This is going to be the one for the number. And then the next one, again, holding down Shift allows me to change that, all right, without resizing the whole table. Now I'm going to type 10 in the top of my table here and just see if I've got a bit more room to squeeze this one up like so. So I'll just change that just slightly. There we go. Just about there, gave me a bit more room, and then make these nice and square for this particular exercise. Okay, I can delete the 10 that's in there. I just used it for position. And what I'm going to do first is select this column just here. So I'm going to go up to the top of the columns and click to select the entire column. And here in my control strip, I can take a look at what I've got. And I've got a nice generous amount of cell padding there, 1.411 millimeters just there. I think that will work pretty well. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is drop an image into each of these cells. All right, so I could also do my alignment here. So I'm going to align these to the center. And once the images are in, I'll have some further options. So I'll go ahead then and Command D or Control D to place. And I've got all of these fictitious football team badges just here. So I'll go ahead and bring those in. And then I can just go ahead and click each of these into a cell. Now you can see at the moment, they are not fitting at all. They're actually all oversized. So I'll go ahead and select that range of cells. And as soon as you have cells that have images in, they get treated as frames. So I'm going to go ahead here and choose fit content proportionally. So there you are. All of those badges are in. You know, I think they might need just a shade more room. So I'm going to go ahead here and change the cell padding for these. I'm just going to drop like a millimeter on there and just do that operation again. There we go. And you can see now they fit nicely. Now, as it happens, once the table is done, I'm probably going to remove all of the strokes anyway, so you'll just see them as being nice and flat. But for the moment, I think that's a generous amount of space between each one. Then I'm going to need the team names in here. Now, fortunately, I happen to have those here inside of a plain text document, so I'm going to copy those out, these rows here, and then just paste like so. Okay, everything's in there. Now I'm not going to bother formatting these for the purpose of this. I'll leave them just as they are. And now for the clever bit, and this is the bit involving the numbers. And what I'm going to do here is use a paragraph style for these. So I'm going to go ahead and, with no text in there at all, switch to my paragraph options and choose to create a new paragraph style here. Okay, and I'm going to call this league position. Just here, when I can actually type it, there we go, league position, like so. I'm going to come down to bullets and numbering, and I'm going to change the list type to numbers. And then I need to just fix this number field just here, because the short code that's in there, this actually means, okay, add a tab afterwards, that control or that caret and the T, that means a tab. And then there's a period just there, so I'm going to remove that as well. Now I've done that, I can hit OK, right? And then I can just go ahead and apply this paragraph style to this cell. So I'm going to go ahead and choose league position, like so. Now there's still no content there. So what I'm going to do is go to the type menu and come down to insert white space. And I'm going to choose a thin space here, which is virtually non-existent. They are super, super tiny spaces. And immediately you see now there is a number 1 in that cell. So I'm going to hold down Command on my keyboard, that would be Control on Windows, and hit the slash key to select that cell. I'm then going to copy, and then I'll go ahead and select the remainder of that range and paste. And you'll see now I have my numbers there in the cells. We can now go ahead and select the entire table, and I'm going to remove the strokes there like so. So just change those to none. And so now we've got a nice table. If I just switch into preview mode, now you can see the ones there in the middle, so we can fix that as well. Didn't notice that while I was talking, so I need to make sure to select those. Okay, up here in this area, so select the lines in between, and then just change those to none also. Okay, there we go. And now we've got all of that. Let's go to preview mode, and that's how it looks. Now, the great thing is here is that we can select rows and move them. So if I go ahead and select this row, so let's make sure I've got the table or at least the text box active. I'll select this. So maybe Bunny FC have dropped a position in the league. I can just bring that down like so, and you can see it numbers automatically. So I don't have to go ahead and retype stuff or move stuff. I can just simply drag them into the position that they go. And it's been a fantastic week for Bouncy Castle here, FC Bouncy Castle, who've moved right to the top of the table. And there we go. We are done for now, and I'll see you next time here in the Work Smarter Not Harder Dojo. See ya.